Hello, Catherine. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi.
It's the first time that somebody's in the room when I say hello to them. So today we got a whole bunch of cards. We're gonna talk about them. We're doing card talk. I'm trade cards. We're gonna start with these. So I was into video games for a little bit prior to getting into these cards. And one of the things that we used to get was limited run games. And limited run games would come with a card representing the game you ordered. I looked these up on ComC, and some of them are going for a little bit. So I thought I'd show them off here before I send these off to ComC. So we got, what is this called? Windjammers or something? Windjammers? They don't have the names of the games on it, unfortunately. This is 2064 read-only memories, I believe. This is something like Delve. I think it's called something like Delve. I didn't really like it. A lot of these games I've actually gotten rid of since then. Don't know what this one is. Y2K, maybe? Y2K? Double Dragon. Hero Blaster, this one's easy. And this is actually a fun game, too. And then this one, I'm not too sure. Oregon Trail, maybe? I have some autographs that I wanted to show you as well. I didn't collect autographed cards for a really long time. But these are just some autographs on cards that I happened to get throughout my years of living on Earth. These aren't cards. This one is Wendell Clark. I would have got this while he was playing. Went to something with my dad and had this signed. This guy, I don't know who this is. I believe it's Daryl Shannon. But if you could confirm, if somebody else out there can confirm who this is, I would appreciate it. I do believe Daryl Shannon, but it could be someone else. Because I looked up pictures of Daryl Shannon, he doesn't look like this guy. I may have mentioned this before, but I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering. And one of the things that I liked doing was getting random celebrities to sign Magic cards for like very loose connections. For example, I had Roy Big Country Nelson from the UFC sign this card, Smother, as he would smother his opponents with the old ground and pound. Another person I happened to meet was because I was into comic books in the early 2000s. I was into comics, and I'd go to comic conventions. Catherine and I went to Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, and I met Jim Lee, and I got a sketch from Jim Lee. I had him sign some comics, but I also happened to find this at a comic shop, which is an art card that was actually done by Jim Lee. You can see his signature there. So I asked Jim Lee to sign that. He has since become, I believe, the president of DC Comics. So that's pretty cool. That's Birdman and Agent 23. I think that's Larry Bird. I don't know who Agent 23 is. Maybe Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, Dikembe Mutombo from Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri. Cool. All right. But yeah, I had Jim Lee sign this. I doubt he signed very many of these. Another interesting one is I still do if I can, but I live in Toronto and they have a lot of like film premieres, the Toronto International Film Festival, the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. There's a lot of even smaller festivals throughout the year in Toronto. Since the pandemic, a lot of them closed, but prior to that, things were going really well. And I had the opportunity to meet Eli Roth twice. And the first was at the After Dark Festival for a film that I think he was just an executive producer on called The Exorcism of something, or The Last Exorcism, one of those movies. And I met him and I was like, hey, can you sign this? It's called Terror Because You're Scary. And he was like, all right. And he gave it one of the worst signatures I've ever seen. But then I met him again later at a screening of The Green Inferno, and I asked him to sign something for me, and the signature came out very similar to this one, so maybe he just has a crusty signature. But Eli Roth on a Terror. And then the last one here that I have here, I have more, but these are just the ones that I could find. So when I got into YouTube about a decade ago, we were just trading magic cards with people. Very similar how y'all do trade through mail, blind trades, packages, care packages. We were doing that in Magic the Gathering as well. And I met this guy, Mr. Anonymity Trade, and we got along really well. We'd always try to outdo each other with extras, and one trade, he actually ended up getting me this, which is a Gilbert Gottfried signed sleeve. So the top loader is actually signed. He didn't take it out of the top loader and just handed it to Gilbert Gottfried, who obviously just signed the top loader because he wasn't going to be taking a card out. He had different things to do. He was Iago, man. Come on. But still, pretty cool autograph. I can put any card I want in this, so I just got to find a card of Gilbert Gottfried, put it in. It's going to look like he signed it. Just do one of these. Boom. There you go. All right, so those were the autographs. Thanks for listening to all that garbage. I have some things to open as well. At the Toronto Card Expo that we went to, if you want to check out the video, it's on the channel as well. They had I found a bin that was, everything in the bin was 3 for $1, and so I found these little packs of cards, like these little pre-packed things of gaming cards, and I thought it would be neat to just grab a few of them for $1 and see what we get. This is for a game called Navia Drat collectible miniatures game. Everybody's heard of Navia Drat. All right, we got Papillon Tagu. All of them are foiled, which is kind of cool, or at least so far. Whoa, these guys look like freaks. They look like a bunch of freaks. Nergalmesh. Oh, Nergalmesh can move anywhere, like a queen almost. Wishbone. Yeah. Biosian Orianduber Subagol. That's it. That's the end of that. Alright, well, we got one good card out of that. Let's see if we can get one good card out of this. What is this? Hammer Shield. Hammer Shield, the collectible card game. Let's find out what's inside Hammer Shield, the collectible card game. This is probably a really good deck for major tournaments use only. Fast March. We ain't got time to dilly-daddle. Metal. Yeah, this is a full deck. Got a full deck here. It's a pre-con. It's not over. Well, it is for you, because I don't think they're making more cards for this game. Effective planning would have been useful when designing a new trading card game so that it didn't fail immediately. Death from afar. And close by for this game. Fast March. Come on, you're not going fast enough. Thundering Hooves. Mounts. Sword of Striking. Aren't all swords for striking? Eagle's Claw. Ah, man, it looks like we're not going to get any good cards out of this pack. But if somebody challenges you to a game of Hammers and Shields and you don't have a deck, let me know. Because I could hook you up with a proxy deck for Hammers and Shields. Phoenix Guard of Azurian. This unit gets +3 strength, only usable when you have no other ready units. Yeah, come on. If you had other ready units, just use those. What are you doing? So if you don't know how to play this game, you're stupid. Alright, last thing that we're going to open is a real legit pack. We got Dinosaurs Attack. Watch some of my friends open these and I got jealous. So I want to open some and see what all the hubbub is about. Got broken gums. But it didn't stick, which is good. Allosaurus. Just biting the heads off the businessmen. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better target, to be honest. Gruesome fate. London in flames. London calling. Picnic of peril. Not a good day for it. Not a good day for it. You can't let them win. Very cool cards. Comic-Con catastrophe. Wow. This guy's got comics for Mud and Fist. Special guest art. Spiegel? Is that who it's supposed to be? Art Spiegelman? We have a little comic on the back here. Oh, it tells you what happened. At a New York hotel, an esteemed comic book artist shares his views. Comics are more than just kids' stuff. They reflect real life. Comic-Con 88. Suddenly, whoa! Yeah, oh yeah, we saw that Picnic of Peril happen. I guess that was right outside of the Comic-Con. But yeah, that was Dinosaurs Attack. So, let me know if you have any weird in-person autograph stories. You know, or just leave a comment that says, thanks for the opening, all the best, or something like that. Okay. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.